how you doing? This is TV and school. Вивчаємо з тобою ми англійську. How are you? Що скажеш, коли ти зустрінеш якогось іноземця? So, let's speak English. Англійська мова Шекспіра та нью-йоркських таксистів. Англійська стане у нагоді вам, бойські дівчиська.
Hello everyone, and it's time for English. My name is Svetlana, and we're having another lesson about technology. Today, you will discover a strange but rather promising invention. Another one is a pretty useful technique how to ask questions without making mistakes. And at the end of the lesson, we will have a quiz time. Ready? Go! Take a look at the picture. What can you see? How can you describe this picture? Think of the answers to these questions. The first, what are these fish called and why? Why were they constructed? What are they made of? Let's check it while reading the text. So, here are the questions. Read the text and find the answers to these questions. Let's check together. So, question number 1. What are they called and why? Have you found the answer? Definitely. They are robe pike, and they are named after the fish called pike. Pike, that is щука. And accordingly, the fish is robe pike. The second question. Why were they constructed? What were the reasons? To learn about how fish propelled themselves through water. Why is it necessary to know? To create vehicles that are able to move like fish and therefore save energy. So, they were created first to find out how fish pushed themselves forward. It means propel themselves through water. Why? In order to create a vehicle, транспортний засіб. So, why do we need these vehicles? To save energy. Економити енергію. Right? So, that was the purpose of construction these fish. Good. And question number 3. What are they made of? Found the answer? Let's check. They are made of fiberglass, скловолокно. Good. Stainless steel, сталь, що не іржавіє. One more time. Stainless steel. Good. So, let's take a look at other words in the text. They are in bold, виділені жирним. The first word is robotic. Robotic. Let's say together. Robotic. Your turn. Robotic. Good. Робототехнічний. Robotic. Good. The second one. Manufactured. 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 Good. Вироблені. The next word. Vehicles. Vehicles. Good. One more time. Vehicles. Good. The phrase. To move like fish. To move like fish. To move like fish. Nice. Рухатися як риби. Good. Save energy. Save energy. Економити енергію. To save energy. Good. Inches. 32 inches. Inches. Дюйми. Good. Can you imagine this fish? Yep. About 80 centimeters. Or, in inches, 32 inches. Nice. And made of fiberglass, stainless steel. Fiberglass, it is скловолокно, and stainless steel, сталь, що не іржавий. Okay. Good job. Now, let's move on to the second part of our lesson. It is grammar. And today, we're talking about how to make questions in the passive voice. Ready? Good. The passive voice, the formula of it is to be plus past participle. Good. But how to make questions? I'll share with you a very good technique. So, what's this? A stadium. Nice. I call this technique stadium. Stadion. Have you ever been to the stadium? So, you know how it looks. Take a look at the board. A big playing field in the middle, right? And around it, we have some tracks. The first track, the second, third, good. And between the playing field and the first track, we have an inner curb. Бровка, бордюрчик. Let's draw it. So let's call it playing field, inner curb, бордюрчик, бровка. The first track, бігова доріжка, second track, and others. Ready? It is our stadium. Good. We will need it to find out the word order in the English sentence. On the first track in the English sentence, you can find who or what, the subject in the sentence. Who or what? The first track. Good. In the second track, always runs a verb. Meaningful verb. For example, I live, and in the next tracks you can find other words. I live in Kiev. Good. So, one more time. On the first track, subject, who or what, then goes a verb and other parts of the sentences. It is the sentence with the full stop in the end. If we want to ask a question, we will need inner curb, бордюрчик. Is it wide or narrow? Narrow, not more than 5 centimeters. So, which words can run along the curb? Long verbs or short? Definitely short. Like, was, were, or, is, are, or, do, can, did. Can you see? Here are auxiliary verbs or modal verbs, right? They are short enough to run along the curb. Good. Let's see how it works. Let's ask the question. Do you play computer games? Do you play? Right? All the words of the questions are in proper places. Good. If we start from these verbs, we will get yes-no questions. Do you live? Yes, I do. Can they speak? Yes, they can. No, they can't. Right? Good. How to ask other questions? They are called policeman questions. Who, what, why, when, where, how, right? For them, there is a playing field. What? Let's make a question. What are you doing now? What are you doing now? Watching lesson, right? When? When did you go to school last time? When did you go to school? Nice. Where? Make your question with where. Remember to take one word from each column. Ready? One more question. Where? Okay. Where do you live? The easiest, right? More. With why. Why do birds fly? Yeah? Who? Who do you play computer games with? Who do you play computer games with? One more word. How? How and others which go together with how. How often, how long, how many, something. Right? So let's try. How do you get to school? How do you get to school? All of these questions are in active, right? Because we asked about you, who. But today we will learn how to ask questions in the passive. And we know that in the passive voice, here is what? An object. Let's take this picture away. So, why are these verbs left? Pay attention to them. Is, are, was, were. Do you remember them? They are the forms of the verb to be. And you know, passive voice, to be plus past participle, right? So, the verb to be in its forms will be here, before the subject. And past participle will be on the second track with ed or third form. Right? Let's see. So, when was something, I don't know, the telephone invented? Let's say it faster. When was the telephone invented? Good. Why was RoboPike invented? Why was RoboPike invented? Take a look at these questions. The first question. What are they called? Right? Good. The second question. Why were they constructed? Is everything okay? Nice. And the third. What are they made of? So, the structure of the question in the passive. First goes question word, then the verb to be in proper form, right? Here it is. Then goes what and past participle. Let's check how well you can do this. That is the answer to the question you should make. Place these words in the proper order. Remember about the stadium. Ready? Let's check. Where were they manufactured? Where were they manufactured? And the answer is at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. One more sentence. Now the answer is by students. Make up the question. So, who were they manufactured by? A bit confusing, right? Why by? I'll share with you one more secret. It's very easy to learn only one question about the doer in the passive. This question is: who was America discovered by? Let's say together. Who was America discovered by? Faster. Who was America discovered by? Who was America discovered by? Faster. Who was America discovered by? One more time. Who was America discovered by? Good. Let's add some intonation. Who was America discovered by? Okay. What does it give us? That is the question to the doer. By the way, who was America discovered by? Do you still remember? Definitely. By Christopher Columbus. Right. So, if we want to know who did something, but in the passive, yeah, it means that we should ask ким була, що Америка відкрита, and by here is to show that it's not хто, but ким. Right? How to make such questions? Take a look. Instead of America, we can put any other word, for example, name of inventions, and here is the verb in past participle. For example, who was the telephone invented by? Who was the telephone invented by? Do you remember the answer to this question from our first lesson? Nice. By Alexander Graham Bell. Right. That is the structure of the question to the doer, about the doer, but in the passive. Practice more asking questions in the passive. Let's use this exercise. Question star. In the middle, we will put either past participle or the name of some inventions. And let's ask the questions which start with these words. By the way, where is their place at our stadium? Here are, in the playing field. Good. Which invention are we asking about? Let it be 3D printing. Ready? Good. Let's ask the first question together. When, what goes next? Was 3D printing invented? Good. Let's say it together and faster. When was 3D printing invented? Good. Another question with where. Let's do it together. Where was 3D printing invented? Good. Say it faster. When was 3D printing invented? Good. The next. How? The same structure. Say it on your own. Good. Let's say it together. How was 3D printing invented? Good job. The next. Why? Go on. Nice. Together. Why was 3D printing invented? Good. Who? Do you remember about America? How to ask it? Say it on your own. Good. Let's say together. Who was 3D printing invented by? One more time. Who was 3D printing invented by? With intonation. Who was 3D printing invented by? Good. What? Or we can ask what for? Навіщо? So, what for was 3D printing invented? Right? One more time. What for was 3D printing invented? Good. Now let's change it a bit. Because we are asking about vaccines. Вакцини. Vaccines. Is it singular or plural? One or many? Yep, plural. It means that we will use not was, but were. Right? But the structure is the same. So, let's start saying slowly. The first question. When were vaccines invented? When were vaccines invented? Your turn. Good. When were vaccines invented? Right? The next. Where? Where were vaccines invented? Nice. How? How were vaccines invented? Good. Why? Why were vaccines invented? Nice. How? Who? Who were vaccines invented by? One more time this question. Who were vaccines invented by? Super. And the last one. What for? Навіщо? What for were vaccines invented? What for were vaccines invented? Nice. Time for quiz. Take a look. The task is, first, you can see the verbs in the brackets. These are meaningful verbs, right? Put them into either third form or add ed to make past participle. And find the proper place in the question. Actually, make these questions. Let's do the first question together. Who? Hubble Space Telescope and name after. Do you remember the structure of the question? Who? Right? What? And name but as past participle. What's the question? Good. Let's say together. Who is the Hubble Space Telescope named after? На честь кого названий цей телескоп? Good job. Do the rest on your own. Make the questions. Let's check your questions. Who is the Hubble Space Telescope named after? Nice. The second. Which countries are most computers made in? The third. Who was Microsoft founded by? Number 4. Was Nintendo founded after the year of 1900? And the last. When was the Apple phone first launched? Launched. Випущений. But the task is answer the questions with your own ideas. Write what you remember. If you don't know, approximately, make predictions and you will check. Ready? Good. Now, here are the answers, but The task is to match questions with the answers. Find the proper answer to these questions. Done? Let's check. So, let's read questions and answers. The first. Who is the Hubble Space Telescope named after? By American astronomer Edwin Hubble. Good. Question number 2. Which countries are most computers made in? In China and Taiwan. Question number 3. Who was Microsoft founded by? By Bill Gates and Paul Allen. Nice. Number 4. Was Nintendo founded after the year of 1900? No, in 1889. And number 5. When was the Apple iPhone first launched? In 2007. Time to receive your home assignment. Take a look. Your home task is make your own quiz about high-tech world. Remember to use the passive. And then invite your family and friends to take part in your quiz. Do you like your home assignment? Think so. And, well, the bell is ringing. Our lesson is over. Thank you for your active work and stay tuned and see you soon.